Close your eyes and imagine waking up in the year 1348. The streets outside your window are unusually quiet. Church bells ring almost without pause. A cart rolls slowly over the cobblestones collecting the dead. Just days ago your neighbors were healthy. Today their homes stand abandoned. Within a few years, nearly half of Europe's population could be gone. This is the terrifying story of the Black Death, and how one disease forever changed the course of human history. Before modern hospitals, before antibiotics, before anyone understood bacteria, Europe faced an invisible enemy unlike anything the world had ever seen. It arrived silently aboard merchant ships and trade caravans. No kingdom could stop it, no army could fight it, no walls could keep it out. Kings, peasants, merchants, monks, and children all stood equal before the plague. Today we're traveling back to the 1300s to witness Europe before the Black Death, experience its devastating spread, and discover how a single pandemic reshaped civilization forever. This is not just the story of a disease, it's the story of fear, survival, and a world transformed. Europe in the early 1300s is alive with activity. Stone castles rise above rolling hills. Massive cathedrals dominate city skylines. Farmers work endless fields while merchants crowd bustling marketplaces filled with spices, fabrics, livestock, and fresh bread. The streets are noisy. Blacksmiths hammer glowing iron. Children chase one another through muddy alleys. Monks copy books by candlelight. Ships packed with valuable cargo arrive daily from distant lands. Life is far from perfect. Cities are overcrowded. Waste often fills the streets. Rats thrive in dark corners, unnoticed by almost everyone. No one realizes that these tiny creatures and the fleas they carry are about to become part of one of history's greatest disasters. The year is 1347. Merchant ships sail into Mediterranean ports carrying silk, grain, and spices. Hidden below deck is something far more dangerous: infected rats. Within days, dockworkers begin falling ill. It starts with fever, then unbearable headaches. Pain spreads through the body. Soon, large black swellings appear beneath the arms, around the neck, and in the groin. Many victims die within only a few days. Families desperately pray for miracles. Doctors burn herbs. Some blame poisoned air. Others believe God is punishing humanity. No one knows the real cause. Meanwhile, the plague keeps moving, road by road, village by village, kingdom by kingdom. By 1348, panic has consumed entire cities. Markets stand nearly empty. Churches overflow with desperate worshippers. Doctors become patients. Priests die while comforting the sick. Entire households disappear without anyone left alive to bury them. The familiar sounds of laughter and trade are replaced by funeral bells, mourning, and silence. Mass graves become common. Some people flee into the countryside hoping to escape. Many unknowingly carry the disease with them. The plague follows every road, every ship, every caravan. There is nowhere left to hide. Not everyone dies. Some somehow recover. Others isolate themselves behind locked doors. Communities begin refusing strangers entry. Trade slows dramatically. Fields are abandoned. Food becomes scarce. Workers become so rare that surviving laborers begin demanding higher wages. Without realizing it, Europe is changing forever. The old social order begins to crack. The value of ordinary workers rises. Power slowly shifts away from the rigid medieval system that had dominated society for centuries. Out of unimaginable tragedy, a different future begins to emerge. By the early 1350s, the worst has finally passed. Cities remain scarred. Thousands of homes stand empty. Entire villages have vanished from the map. Historians estimate that tens of millions of people lost their lives across Europe, Asia, and North Africa, yet life slowly returns. Markets reopen, fields are replanted, children once again fill the streets, new generations rebuild what was lost. The Black Death leaves behind more than empty cities. It changes medicine, economics, religion, politics, and the relationship between ordinary people and those who ruled them. The world that emerges is no longer the same world that existed before 1347. The Black Death was one of history's darkest chapters. It revealed just how fragile civilization can be and how resilient humanity is in the face of unimaginable loss. Today, many medieval streets still exist. Ancient churches still stand. Quiet cemeteries still hold the memories of millions whose names have been forgotten, but whose lives forever changed history. The echoes of the Black Death remind us that even the greatest disasters can reshape the future in unexpected ways. If you enjoyed this journey into history, consider subscribing for more cinematic AI reconstructions of the ancient and medieval world, and let us know in the comments, which moment in history should we travel back to next?